privilege of being a patient of his over the years as well. Thank you very, very much. So it is my pleasure to introduce the Rich family to you. They are not all here this evening because they are literally around the world. So I will start with Amanda, my friend, who is 24. She will tell you more about her story this evening, and that's going to be great. Matthew is 21, and he goes to Ithaca College, so he is very far away right now, but is here in spirit. Michelle is 20, and she is in Germany right now studying with a program with Elon University. Donna and Brad are right here, but I won't say their ages.
She's older.
Be nice. I met Donna 16 years ago at an Epilepsy Foundation parent support group. And our kids actually met shortly thereafter at another Epilepsy Foundation Family Fun Day, which I think, thank you, Susan Welby, was sponsored by the foundation, and Susan was chair of. Their family has become very, very dearest friends with our family. The Rich family have all given generously of their time, their talents, and their treasures to the Epilepsy Foundation for over 20 years. In every way, they are advocates, cheerleaders, good listeners, good examples, and active members of our community. Brad has served on the board of directors for the Epilepsy Foundation. He has been on the executive board of directors. He has been on the clothing donation board of directors. And he is really a kind of behind the scenes leader and workhorse because he has really done a lot of work over the years for the foundation. Donna has also served on the board of directors, was the facilitator of a parent support group, which we have some folks here from our support group. She was a facilitator for 12 years, helping parents understand what was happening. She was a good listener, a coach, always a source of information and a hug, and really, really made a true impact on the families that belong to that support group. Donna also chaired or co-chaired this event for many, many years, as well as I think a couple fun runs and a few other events along the way, but has been there for almost every event the Epilepsy Foundation has had in some capacity as a volunteer to help and give her time. Amanda, my dear friend, has been at Camp We Can too. I don't know, did you help found it? I mean,
no,
I think
I
you've
was
been
9,
there.
the second year.
Yes, second year they started. Amanda was there, and over the years, she attended every year and then became a junior counselor and a counselor, and really a mentor and a friend to my son, Brendan, as well as many, many kids at camp. She also has been involved with Studio E, the art therapy project for the Epilepsy Foundation, as well as being a very active member of the young adult support group. As a family, they attend, volunteer, and have supported all of the events and programs and mission of the Epilepsy Foundation. They are an integral part of this community and our cause. They serve as a perfect example of helping someone in your family with epilepsy live a full life without being paralyzed by the fear of when the next seizure is coming. I could tell you a story about downhill skiing with Amanda, who is currently having seizures, and maybe some doctor's advice, but we won't go there. But they have allowed Amanda to do everything she has wanted to do without letting her seizures get in the way. When they get up, I have a feeling the Riches will tell you how much they have received from the foundation, but I just wanted to let you know how much they have given to the foundation. Congratulations.
Good evening. Gail, thank you very much for that introduction. I'm not sure who you were talking about, but it was lovely. If you don't know Gail Bancucci, introduce yourself to her tonight. She's an incredible person, really a fantastic person. When Les Brody approached Donna and I to be honorees tonight for the dinner, our initial reaction was, no thanks. We're all set. Really for two reasons. First, we don't like being the center of attention, which Gail sort of alluded to, and we prefer to work in the background. But more importantly, because there are so many other people, frankly, that are more deserving of the honor, most of them sitting in this room. People like Bill Bronlick and June Bronlick, who have dedicated most of their adult life to helping people with epilepsy. People like Sarah June Dagan, who has done such incredible things. With their patients and with the summer camp. People like Les Brody and Bill Murphy, who have managed the foundation and steered us to success. Sir. And people like Dr. Oppenheimer. Thank God for him, because he has shepherded us through the maze of epilepsy treatments for Amanda, and so many other people who I have not mentioned who work in the background tirelessly for this cause. So, back to why we accepted this honor. We were poised to turn Les down. We had our discussion and points all set up to say no thank you, Les. But unfortunately my dear daughter, overheard the discussion. And for those of you who do not know Amanda, and some of you know her very well, she's an incredibly determined young lady. And she said to me, Dad, I have a good story to tell people, and I want to tell it. Amanda had her first seizure when she was a little bit less than a year old. Our involvement with the foundation began shortly after that, when Bill Bronlick asked me to lunch his treat. So there's about 45 people in the audience right now going, we know what that means. So I found myself on the board of directors pretty quickly, and Donna found herself helping Gail Bancucci, as she mentioned, running support groups and helping with the fun run and even co-chairing the dinner. From the beginning of our involvement with the foundation, I have been amazed to witness how families struggle with a child or an adult with a disability such as epilepsy. It's sort of a members-only club. Most people cannot relate to the day-to-day challenges that these children and adults face. Everything from having trouble making friends, to struggling with education, to getting and keeping jobs. As with most families with an epileptic child, you recall certain events that were the most impactful to your life. When Amanda had a seizure outside her high school, and she fell into a snowbank, and nobody helped her until her brother happened to walk by. Or when she was 9 years old, playing in one of those kiddie water pools in a very small amount of water, 18 inches of water, and she had a seizure, and literally her 6-year-old brother picked her up out of the water. Amazing. Even with all that heartache, we feel very fortunate as a family. Amanda's seizures are controlled by medications for the most part. She has an internal fortitude that amazes us still to this day. She's overcome many challenges, too many to mention, but she faces these challenges every single day, and so does every person with epilepsy. It's really with great emotion that I tell you how important the foundation has been to Amanda and my family. The services they provide are immeasurable. Frankly, I'm not sure how Donna and I would have made it through this without their support. They have provided emotional support for Donna and I. They have delivered training programs for Amanda, including summer camp. Thank you, Sarah June. But most of all, they have provided a sense of community that can always be relied upon. And now, let me introduce my daughter, Amanda.
Thank you all for being here tonight. As my dad said, my name's Amanda and I'm 24 years old. I have had epilepsy my whole life, and I would like to share a little bit with you about growing up with epilepsy and how I've been able to achieve what did seem impossible. It was hard to have epilepsy growing up because it caused me to have learning disabilities and mature a little slower than the average person. Making friends was hard, but school was even harder. I couldn't spell, math was challenging, but history was even worse. It wasn't just hard, it was boring. But I had a dream. I wanted to be a nurse. The time I spent in hospitals when I was little made me curious about what was going on around me. I wanted to learn more and help others. So you can see the problem. To be a nurse, you have to be successful at school. And for me, that was going to be extra tough. What to do? I worked hard and never gave up. I found support in different areas of my world, in my friends and family, in my school tutors, and in this foundation. I went to epilepsy camp when I was 9, and I saw a seizure for the first time with my own eyes. It changed my life. I knew more about what happened to me and how epilepsy affects each person differently. I have been back to camp almost every year since then, from a camper to a counselor. In fact, this year was the first year I didn't go because I had to work. I have also attended this dinner for several years and learned more about epilepsy. Each time, I have learned about medicines and how epilepsy affects families and doctors. Through this foundation, I have been inspired by others with epilepsy and what they have been able to achieve. Well, I got through high school and went away to college. I got my associate's degree and got into nursing school. I worked very hard to get a bachelor's degree, and today I'm proud to say that I'm a college graduate and working as a certified nursing officer. Just the programs, but the people I've been able to build friendships with and learn from. They gave me the confidence I needed to keep trying until I succeeded. You can ask anyone who knows me. I'm one determined young lady, epilepsy or not. This is what I hope you take from my story. Success with anything in life is not given to you, it's earned. It may not be easy, but even as an epileptic, you can be successful at anything. Just try. Go for it. Overcome the obstacles life throws at you and reach for the stars. Thank you for everything and have a good night.
To read this. Epilepsy Foundation, New England, 31st Candlelight Dinner honoree, the Rich family, Brad, Donna, Amanda, Matt, and Michelle. The Epilepsy Foundation New England expresses our heartfelt thanks for the leadership, dedication, and support for your family has given to the epilepsy community for over 15 years. Thank you.